Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Flexitalks, your source of innovation and ideas. I am your host, Pam, together with my co host.
Angel.
And Bernard, and we're here today to give you yet another insight into one of the hottest topics in the tech and marketing industry, ChatGPT.
That's right, ChatGPT. So, we've all probably heard and used ChatGPT, right?
Of course. So far, I've used it on both personal and work matters. It's easy to use, helpful, and actually effective. So far, I really enjoyed using ChatGPT.
Yeah, same here. ChatGPT is pretty controversial, though, in the sense that though there's a lot of use cases, but you can probably find tons of issues when using this tool. But a lot of professionals are using ChatGPT to make their work easier.
Yes, same here. I was actually a bit hesitant when using ChatGPT because I'm a writer and we all know that sometimes it gives out robotic answers. And as a writer, I don't want that. I want my work to have a human touch. But still, ChatGPT made my work easier, especially in terms of research, outlines, and stuff like that.
Same here, actually. ChatGPT has helped a lot with my work. For example, I actually use it to come up with ideas for meta description, and if there's for the research part, if the content is so long, actually ChatGPT, you can create a prompt with ChatGPT to create a bulleted list of that article, so reading through is a lot easier and just pinpointing what you want to add. Yeah. But that's just with writing. But when it comes to other marketing endeavors, I'm not sure if ChatGPT gives the same ease of use. As far as I know, I'm no AI expert. You and I probably used two tools so far. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So to get real insights, we invited our performance marketing team from Flexi Digital Marketing.
Yes, today we have here Frances Abajero, our SEO specialist. We also have Heidi Cabeza, our social media experts, and LJ, our newest PPC specialist.
And so, without further ado, let's get and welcome our guests. Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great. We're great and pretty excited to be part of this. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming.
We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, we're excited because this is the latest topic at the moment. It's been the discussion in the digital marketing world. So before we start, though, can you tell us more about yourself, what you do, and what is your expertise?
Let's go with Miss Heidi first.
Hi, I'm Heidi Cabeza, social media strategist of Flexi Digital Marketing. I have an experience of over 3 years in shaping the digital voice of brands. I've created some social media campaigns that drive engagement and deliver measurable results. I am a certified expert as well in the range of platforms including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I love exploring the latest digital trends and experimenting with the new content strategies, always staying one step ahead of the curve. Hello, everyone.
Yes,
Hi.
Hi.
thanks for coming, Miss Heidi. Next, let's hear from Miss Frances.
Hi everyone, I'm Frances. I'm the SEO specialist of Flexi Digital Marketing. Actually, I've been working as an SEO ever since I've graduated, so I don't know anything else to do other than be an SEO, although it's very challenging. I love
You
doing
eat and
it.
breathe
Yeah,
SEOs.
yes, exactly. Actually, it's very fun to be an SEO specialist because every day there's something you need to talk about or to learn for you to be
Cool.
able to be in line with the trend. There's always learning, which I actually love. So yeah, basically the SEO specialist of Flexi Source and Flexi Digital.
That's great. Thanks, Miss Frances. What about you, LG? Can you tell us more about yourself?
Thank you, Pam. Hi, guys. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for inviting. My name is LJ Nerida. I'm the newest PPC specialist here at FlexiSource. So I've been doing digital marketing. I've been in the world for almost 5 years. I once part of Google's UK onboarding team. In addition, I've worked in the BPO industry for almost a decade, handling sales, customer service, more in sales, helping companies to drive sales. So it's kind of really connected now, and I'm really excited to be part of the digital world, and I believe that this is the future. So thanks, guys. That's it.
Thank you so much,
Awesome.
everyone, for telling us about yourselves. So, moving on to our topic of discussion, all of us here probably heard about ChatGPT, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So, how is it so far? Do you like it?
Oh, yeah, for me, yes. Since it's one of the tools that I've been using lately, especially if I handle a website that doesn't have, like, for example, a good page title or a good meta description, and I don't want to bother anyone else in creating the content, so I just use the tool, look for the best meta description and page titles to use for a client's website. But of course, I make sure that, you know, it sounds good. So I also do checking of the grammar,
Right.
making sure that, like, for example, if there's a specific keyword that the client would like to use, I also make sure that that keyword would be mentioned clearly on the meta description that I provided. Although so far that's the only thing where I've used it, the tool.
How
Yeah.
about
Awesome.
the others?
Yeah.
Have you used it? Do you like it though?
Yeah. I've used it. I like it. I can say it's like 60-40, 50-50 maybe. I like it in a sense that if I'm creating headlines for Google Ads with clients, especially if these clients are kind of new in digital marketing, they don't know what they want to come up with in terms of engaging with customers, and especially if the business is niche.
Mhm.
So with ChatGPT, you can just paste the landing page of the client's business, and I'll give you a lot of ideas and collaborate with or with the owner if they do like it, and maybe put some personal touch to make it better and appealing to the customers. Yeah, I think ChatGPT is great.
Great tool, right?
How
Cool.
about you, Miss Heidi?
Yeah, actually ChatGPT is a big help for social media strategists like me. It assists me in generating creative captions, even the hashtags. They have the hashtags and the post descriptions for all social media platforms. Before I'm spending like a week to create a calendar for one client, but now I can do like I'm handling a lot of clients now, so I can finish creating calendar for my whole clients for just half a month. So that's really a great help, and I can do a lot using ChatGPT.
Cool. Actually, if we
Nice.
want to know more of like how you use ChatGPT, in what way have you used it? Like not just for work, but also in the personal sense.
Can I
I'll
go
just
first?
start.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
sure.
LJ. Go ahead.
Yeah, in work, I already mentioned it earlier. And personal, of course, posting in social media, sometimes you don't know what caption to use, and you don't want your friend seeing that, got bad grammar. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
it give you a lot of ideas. You just need to pick a topic, and it will come up with results, and then you can pick one and personalize it. It will definitely make us, easy to write, help our thoughts posting social media.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it for me.
What about you, Miss Heidi?
For me, social media, of course, that's actually my work, and it's really a big help for me. I have a lot of ideas coming out
Mhm.
with using ChatGPT, captions, hashtags. It's a bit easier than before. And for my daily use, yeah, I'm actually putting up my YouTube account. So it's really a big help for me using the ChatGPT. As what LJ says, less grammar errors and more ideas
Yeah.
using ChatGPT.
And lastly, Miss Francis.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I haven't used it in personal, but with the work, yeah, aside from what I've mentioned earlier, I also do link building. So sometimes I run out of ideas or topics to provide the website owner. So I visit ChatGPT to ask for topics. I'll just provide them keywords, and there would be list of even the outline of what to write. So it makes things really easier. Even providing topics for the content writers, I'm able to provide them easily with the help of ChatGPT. Before, I'm really having a hard time because I have to construct a good title that people would read. But with the help of ChatGPT, everything's easier. So yeah, that's how I use it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I personally use ChatGPT as well, in both personal matters and professional at work, if you will. But so far, with all those good things that you've just mentioned, the use cases that you have using ChatGPT, so far, do you think? I mean, can you say that ChatGPT has made life and work easier for you?
Well, yeah, but um, since it's easy to get the ideas that you would want to produce, you can
Mm-hmm.
easily generate the ideas, the descriptions that you want to provide for, let's say, content or a page that needs a meta descriptions or the page title. So yeah, for me, it became easier actually.
Yeah, cool. How about you, LJ?
In a sense, ChatGPT will make your life or work easy. However, the downside of it, I think, is you don't want to rely much on it, because what if uh, you have competitors within the same business vertical, and then you guys will both come up with that. So the originality, the personal touch kinds of
Mhm.
fade away a little bit, just
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah.
And it tends maybe to get people lazier,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
and a little, but of course it's good if you don't have a lot of ideas. That's what is good about ChatGPT.
Yeah, this is especially when creating content. Like, say, for example, the website
Yes.
or article. Maybe there are. I'm not saying that we know for sure, but maybe there are people who rely much on GPT creating the content. Let's just
Yeah.
copy pasting all those content into their
Yeah.
website. Yeah, that is maybe probably something that we should expect, since it's a free
Yeah.
it's a good tool, and if you don't have that much time, I
Exactly.
would be tempted to use ChatGPT as well in creating content for my website. But then again, we have Francis here as the SEO expert, and she could maybe vouch that there is an algorithm in
Mhm.
Google that detects this AI content,
Yeah, there is actually.
created content. So we have to be careful in using
Mhm.
ChatGPT in terms of content creation. Okay, so what
Yeah.
about in social media? Do you think, Heidi, that this is something that has helped you in your campaigns or in your probably activities or task, and has made your life easier and work easier? Sorry.
Yes. Yes, sorry, Bernard. ChatGPT is a big help for me when it comes to content and captioning on the social media post that I've been creating. This saves my valuable time and energy, especially for strategists like me dealing with a lot of clients and volumes of content.
Cool. Do
So,
you have anything
oh,
to ask, Angel?
actually, I just wanted to add in, as a content writer, ChatGPT is very convenient, and as you've mentioned, like you
Yes.
lose that personal touch that makes our brand really stand out, as well as the fact that since ChatGPT is actually just getting content from its existing database, then the likelihood of plagiarism is actually quite high, even
Yep,
though it's an
Yeah.
AI tool.
exactly.
So that's something that we have to be quite aware of, and especially because um, ChatGPT and other AI tools are now much more um, popular. A lot of companies are more specific, like, okay, you can use this, but I want it to still sound human.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Agree,
that's
agree.
another thing to watch out for.
Yeah,
Right.
actually,
You're
yeah,
right.
actually, for me, I agree with that. And also one of the concerns is because ChatGPT's database is actually like only captures 2021 or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not
Yep.
it's
really
Yeah.
sure.
limited to
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yes.
So if you're
Yeah.
gonna use it for research, actually, you have to verify it again to see like the latest data or whatever you need to, or whatever you've gotten from the tool.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly.
Okay. But at least you have, a starting point in creating
Mm-hmm.
your content. You can
Yeah.
use it
Yeah,
for conceptualizing your idea
yeah. It's
or your
actually
your
good for
content.
outlines.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Outlines,
is.
exactly. Get some ideas, make it your own. Correct.
Yep.
So, moving on to the meat of our episode, we want to know if you have used ChatGPT or any AI tool in making your marketing campaigns. So, let's start off with social media, Miss Heidi.
Yeah, I've been using ChatGPT since then. With my campaigns, I'm actually running campaigns for my clients, and my daily postings. Actually, like now I have like 5 clients, and that's so easy for me to create a calendar for all of them with just using the ChatGPT. I've been using for generating creative captions, and then the hashtags is a big help for me. And for the campaigns, they are suggesting some captions, and some call to actions as well that you can use in campaign. So it's really convenient for me using ChatGPT.
Okay. What about with SEO? You've mentioned earlier, Francis, that you've used it in the meta description and other stuff like that. But we all know that, yeah, we've discussed earlier that it really affects, or there's like a rumor going on, or whatever, or a fact that when you're using an AI tool, it really affects your SEO score. So you think it's okay, or have you used ChatGPT or any AI tools in your optimization, other than what you've mentioned earlier?
Yeah. So far, honestly, those are the only ones that I've done. But based on what I've read, a lot of SEOs are a bit hesitant
Mm-hmm.
using it in other aspects. That's why I haven't fully used it. And I guess there's a rumor that it's Google is able to detect if you're using a tool, an AI tool. So if in terms that I would need to, for example, generate the description for a specific page, what I usually do is to make sure that the client is okay with it. That's why
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm only using it on a client that has advised me also to use the chat GPT. But other than that, yeah, so far I haven't tried other things in terms of the chat GPT. Because I'm also scared to, to have
Yeah.
some problem
Yeah.
or issues on the website
Yeah,
of
it's
my
actually.
client. Yeah,
But
that's
actually,
scary.
is it true that Google will penalize people or like the marketers who use um AI tools?
Actually, I've read different answers to that. Some
Oh,
are
okay.
saying that it's okay. Some are saying that it's not. Even those people that are well known in the industry are also using it, advising to utilize. So it's a bit of a debate in the industry if you really want to make use of the tool, because a lot of people are already using it other than in the content that you would be adding on the website, since I believe it can also help in the coding. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's still a debate if you should be using it or not, because it's difficult to have penalty coming from Google, especially nowadays. Google loves to update its algorithm, so it's difficult actually to answer the question if it's a yes or a no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so far you've not really have any problems or met any like conditions when using AI tools for SEO.
So far, no. Since like I've mentioned, I only use it for the meta description, and then I still check if it sounds human, and it would be easier for even Google to read the description that I provide for a specific page.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add, it has its pros and cons actually. So
Mhm.
there are some worthy use cases, great use cases of ChatGPT in terms of SEO, but there are cons as well. That's what Francis was trying to convey in this conversation about using ChatGPT and SEO. But in using ChatGPT in optimizing meta descriptions is a great tool. Writing click-worthy titles, create quick outlines, and then you can also use ChatGPT in terms of your link building. You can ask ChatGPT to write a code for you to help gather email addresses on Google, maybe in Google spreadsheet. Then it's a great tool for capturing the email addresses of this people subject for your link building activities. It is also good for proofreading your content and help you create good snippets. So these are the pros of ChatGPT in terms of SEO. But again, there are cons as well, which Francis was trying to tell us. You do not want to be penalized by Google by mainly relying on GPT or AI created contents or materials.
Exactly.
Yeah, how about so let's move on to PPC though. So thank you, Francis, for your insight. How about PPC, LJ? Have you ever used ChatGPT in creating ad copies maybe or optimizing your campaigns?
In the PPC realm, especially Google Ads or Bing Ads, Sir Bernard, guys, I think ChatGPT would help you in creating headlines and ad copies and description. All I can say is for that particular thing, just for ChatGPT, because I already told you guys earlier, if the business where the client is niche, if they don't really have like the idea or the words to say on how to get clients or how to entice their clients to get their brand, I think that's it for Google Ads mainly. Creating headlines, descriptions, snippets, and callouts. It'll give you idea.
Yeah, I agree. Although we're talking about ChatGPT, but AI is not really new in terms of Google Ads.
Yep, it already has like built-in AI in terms of features with Google Ads.
Yeah, that's why we have that smart bidding.
And also, if you're writing headlines with your Google Ads account, if you just put one word on the tab and then it will come up with ideas already. It already doing it as before. It will give you an idea, or it will get some information or headlines that came from your website, even though you haven't typed in the whole thing yet. So it's already there. Yep.
Exactly. Cool. And take note, guys, there's a lot more use of ChatGPT. It's not just the content part of the this open AI tool. There are some APIs also that you can use in your other platforms. So if you logged into ChatGPT, there are 3 columns there, right? One is for the GPT itself, and they also have the GPT-4, and then there's the other one, the one that creating images through AI, creating voiceover through AI, and then there's the third one, which is the API. So it's not limited to just creating content actually.
Yep.
Well, thank you, LJ. Do you have a follow-up question, Angel?
Actually, I just want to know, Um, so far, you can say that ChatGPT is helpful in marketing. Yes?
Yep.
So, have you seen any specific increase in interaction, traffic, or anything remarkable in particular? So, yeah, I want to hear from Miss Heidi first. Miss Heidi?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. With regards to the engagements, yeah, I can see that I have a lot of engagements, reactions from audiences
Mhm.
compared to what we have from what I have before, because of maybe the unique ideas that's coming from the chat gpt, the unique out of the box concepts that chat gpt is giving me. So I'm just like tweaking it or rephrasing it to come up with a new caption. So I think that's really a big help for me when it comes to engagement with the target audience. Yeah, you just have to tweak and rephrase it to have like human touch on it.
Mm.
Cool. Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah.
So, and I want to direct this to LJ again. In PPC, have you ever had clients recommend using AI to create campaign materials in the past? Did it ever help you increase your campaign performance?
I can say out of 100%, maybe 20%, just 20% are okay with using AI, especially with types of business that are more on content creating and more on driving people to their website. I mean, driving traffic to their
Mhm.
website in terms of like pages like health stuff, or pages where they can get information with it's more on the content wise. But in terms of business or sales side, not really. But chat gpt, you can take advantage of like how do, let's say you're Adidas and your competitor is Nike, so you can put their how Nike write their ads, then you can get some ideas maybe. But you know, but again, I think just 20% in terms of Google Ads, since Google Ads already has its own AI. Yep.
Oh, cool. Thanks, LJ. Okay. I think, well, that's a good insight, LJ. How about in SEO, Francis?
Well, for the so far, the only thing that I've seen is the improvement on the health score of the website, because it's very important to have the descriptions, the page title. So before providing those, the client doesn't have a good health score. So since I've made use of these tools, it has improved. But in terms of like in improving in the traffic, or let's say in the click-through rate, I haven't really checked on it. But yeah, for some, yes. I mean, I only use it for I think 2 or 3 clients, so I can't really directly speak for the others. And yes, as I've mentioned, also I don't use the chat GPT for as long as it's approved by the client. So in a specific client that I'm handling, since I have suggested to them to improve on the content, and then as far as I know, they also use ChatGPT. And when I check on the ranking of the keywords and of their website, it has improved. So I think it would be helpful if it would be implemented properly on the websites. So it's just a matter of proper implementing on your website when you use the tool. That's
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. So of course we know that ChatGPT has its own pros and cons, and we actually talked about it earlier just now. But what I want to know is the specifics, the drawbacks that you actually usually experience when you're creating your campaigns? Can you give us some examples? I can start actually. When it comes to creating content, as I mentioned before, some of the ideas that they come with are from existing articles, so the likelihood of plagiarism is quite high, plus the for it to sound less likely to be human and more AI generated. Other than that, it's actually how they phrase,
Yeah.
I should say, when they generate the content, it's
Yeah.
actually quite awkward.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I've
I
noticed that
agree.
there's
I
like a
agree.
pattern kind of thing when it
Yeah.
generates the content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And another thing that I also noticed when I was creating content is that it depends on your query. So you have to be very specific, but if you're too
Yeah.
specific, it wouldn't understand. So
Yeah, it would give you
sometimes
like a generic
you're
answers.
yeah, you're touring between either starting with a one sentence prompt, or you want to be more specific. So that's something that I usually deal with. What about you, LJ? What's the drawbacks that you experience?
Drawbacks in terms of using ChatGPT. You already
Yeah.
mentioned it basically. So simply I can say we still need to use our brain cells because it is a machine.
Yeah.
Most
Actually, yeah.
most of the time it could be wrong, it could be right, and it already gathered information based on the data that it had back in, same business verticals and stuff. So I think that's the drawback. Yeah. Same as yours.
What about in SEO though?
Yeah, for me, there are times that it provides me inaccurate results. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's with the way that I asked
Mhm.
ChatGPT, or like, for example, there was a client that I needed to provide them something, and then I've been trying different angles of asking, but ChatGPT wasn't able to answer me. So that's the drawback that I've experienced. And then sometimes, honestly, I doubt if the provided answer is accurate. So that's the part. So you still have to, even though it provides you the answer that you needed, you always need to still check if it's accurate, and if it
Exactly.
does make sense. So
Exactly.
yeah, those are the drawbacks
Yeah.
that I've experienced.
What about for social media?
For social media, yeah, like yours, like with you guys, I think it's the lack of personal touch, because we don't need a lot of captions when it comes to social media. For example, for Facebook, we don't need a lot, or a very long caption, but it should have a human touch. So to resonate your audiences, you have to tweak or rephrase your captions, not just copy paste what you have in the chat GPT. And another one is, you mentioned, Pam, before that, earlier, that it has a cutoff. So the real time data, you cannot, you still have to check with the Google to learn more, to check, not just rely on chat GPT alone.
Exactly.
Cool. So obviously there are limitations in using Chat GPT. So I think one that I've captured is it relies on past and current data until 2020. So we need to be careful in creating your content. So make sure that the information you are providing are accurate and up to date.
Yep.
Because Chat GPT only predicts future information based on the data that it only has.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then what you're saying as well is it lacks human touch. Sorry. So the way I see it, and I think it's known in the industry. So visitor will not stay long to read content that has no expertise in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are
That's true.
using Chat GPT in creating content, make sure to tweak it and add your expertise. Don't just copy paste the
copy-paste.
content which
That's
AI
right.
Correct.
created. Yeah, so far those are the two that I captured in this discussion. Are there any other limitations that you've noticed when using ChatGPT?
The one thing that I've really noticed, aside from the content that it generates, is it also has to do with your prompt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
agree on
That's
that.
that's what ChatGPT
Okay,
relies
yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
it's up to you how you phrase it. Because for some, it can be short, like provide meta description about insert title.
Yeah.
And there are others. Just recently I saw a video that shows how he uses ChatGPT. So instead of just a one-liner prompt, he starts with provide me a list of meta descriptions, but before you do that, or before you commence, I want you to ask me a number of questions for you to better understand my company and the subject form. So it depends on your prompt before ChatGPT actually generates the content that you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Anyone else who wants to
Yeah.
add their thoughts?
Yep. Another drawback is when you go to Chat GPT to ask you to create a headline for you, you cannot tell Chat GPT that I need a headline that is only 30 characters. It won't do that. It cannot count
Yeah.
the number of characters.
Mhm.
And I'm sure, guys, there's limited characters in terms of writing ad Facebook,
Yes.
Google Ads, Bing, and that's the thing about it. Plus, again, for me, it's a bit, most of the outcome is just generic for.
Yeah, I'm not sure in doing it by characters, but by
Yeah.
doing it in word
Words,
count.
yeah.
Words.
Word
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, it
That's
can
possible.
provide you
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
exact
I
word
see.
count that you want from your content.
Yep, I tried it earlier. Word, I haven't tried that. But yep, it's nice
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about with ethical consideration? LJ, earlier you've mentioned that people tend to become lazy when they're using AI tools. Do you guys have any ethical consideration that you think marketers should keep in mind when using AI tools or Chat GPT?
Of course, they're already there. They can only always be handy if you need help. But I believe that being good at your craft, especially let's say you're a marketer for Google Ads, you have to increase your skills, your knowledge on that platform, not really rely on much of AI stuff. I think, yeah, that's it. And for someone that you don't have much time to do so, but again, they're just here handy. But we can always improve ourselves, make our own research, and get more information that is based on facts, or there's some source like it's from Google Ads or that. Yeah, that's it.
Anyone else have any ethical considerations?
Um,
Advice?
Actually, recently I tried something with ChatGPT, and its responses is actually quite limited depending on the subject that you're writing about. So, for
Mhm.
example, if it's just tech, then it's a lot easier for ChatGPT to actually provide you with answers. But if it's health related, for example, sexual health, then actually ChatGPT comes in with its own ethical considerations and
Mhm.
provides you with a prompt that says, "Oh, we cannot give you this answer because it's not allowed, or it's sexual,
I am
or
an AI
bordering,
language.
Yeah.
or it's for ChatGPT, it considers borderline or already within the bounds of pornography, even though it's talking about
Mhm.
sexual health. So
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
something to watch out for.
it's limited.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it out because ChatGPT can create biases.
Yeah.
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 So marketers, since we're talking about ethical consideration, so marketers need to be cautious and to ensure that the AI generated materials or content aligns with their clients' brands and values.
Yeah.
And we should avoid perpetuating any biases or harmful stereotypes, if you will.
Correct.
Because it also has the limitation in or inability to understand context and ambiguity.
Yes.
So it might struggle to understand ambiguous or context dependent queries.
Yeah.
Right. It's still a machine.
Yeah.
Yes, it
After
is.
all, yes, it's a robot still.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
it also depends on the experts behind ChatGPT who train that tool
Mhm.
Yeah.
with the database that
Mhm.
they actually provide. So that also is another thing to consider.
Yep.
Yeah, so as a marketer, since I've been in the digital marketing industry for more than a decade now, you need to always put your customers or your users in mind.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
So in SEO, in PPC, in social media, and content writing, you always need to provide the accurate, factual information to your users, and that's
Yep.
how you get them to stay in your
Yeah.
website.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always about the users.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Actually, sorry.
sorry.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Actually, I
guys.
just wanted to add about that because yeah, for me, since website is the first thing that people would be visiting in any business, I
Right.
don't just add or use the tool unless the client knows that I'm going to use it. Because what if I use it and it doesn't align with their brand or what the message that they want to provide the website visitor? So I just make sure if the client is okay with it or if
Right.
they're the one who's suggesting me to use the ChatGPT. So if for example here we need description for this page, can you use the ChatGPT or any AI tool? If the client mentions that, then that's the only time for me to do it. But if they don't mention, I stay away from the AI tools because we don't want to mislead the visitors of the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add, maybe I think it's more of responsibility. So we just have to be responsible anyhow. AI is still AI, artificial. So we still have to, or I mean, the outcome or the content will still depend on us human. So it's more of be responsible with using
Right.
ChatGPT.
Agree?
I agree. I agree.
Agree too. Yes. So, anyways, before we wrap up this session, I just want to get some closing words from you. If you have any advice to those who wish to use ChatGPT for marketing, Miss Heidi, do you have any advices?
Yeah, as a social media strategist, this is a big help, a great help for a strategist like me, actually. It will help you save your time and it will give you more ideas. However, this is not created to replace us humans. So we still have to tweak, rephrase, read, and learn, not just copy paste everything that we can see on ChatGPT.
Yep.
Thank you. How about you, LJ? Do you have any advices?
Yep.
or-
We have it handy, but don't use it or don't abuse it. I mean, it's there. Use it like just a guide, but relying on
Yeah.
it not so much. I believe you rely with your own skills and own research, but it's still an AI. So
Yeah.
that's it.
And Frances?
For me, don't be afraid to use it, honestly, but make sure that you align with the branding of the website that you're handling or the
Yeah.
social media and campaigns. Just always study first, read through it over and over. Like what Miss Heidi mentioned, be responsible in using
Yep.
it.
Okay, thank
Um,
you.
I actually also want to add in, um, you can lean into ChatGPT, but you can also explore other ways to use it,
Mhm.
not just in creating content or asking queries. You can also ask, as a content writer, you can also ask like, how does your content sound or what does it imply? So that's
Mhm.
one way to also explore it. So if you do plan to use ChatGPT, it's best to be as what our guests have mentioned, is that you have to be responsible. But since it's here and most likely it's going to be much more applied in other aspects, then you have to explore and learn more about it. Um, what about our co-hosts? You guys want to?
I'm not really an expert, but there's like I've read on some articles before that you can actually use ChatGPT when it comes to like executing codes or stuff like that. I'm not really sure if it's like the free ChatGPT or like the pro version. But yeah,
There
does
is.
anyone knows anything about that? I'm
Yeah.
not really sure.
Yeah, it's kind of similar with the free version as well. It's just that you have access to the other aspect of it. Like you can have access to its GPT-4 and the other AI integrations. But then if you're gonna dig into the other features, then there's gonna be another subscription inside. Like for example, you want to create an image out of AI,
Yeah.
you have to buy some credits
Oh,
in
okay.
order for you to be able
Yeah.
to create AI image. So yeah. So again, my advice now, our digital marketing landscape is continuously evolving. It changes from time to time. Now we have this
Yes.
industry
Agree.
tech that we need to use.
Mhm.
Now, think twice. Am I gonna use it, or I will refrain myself from using it? Now, think about this, and I want you to ponder within yourself. Your competitors might be using it.
Yeah.
So if
Exactly.
you're not gonna be involved in these kinds of technology or latest digital marketing tools, then you might be you will find yourself at the bottom of the competition.
Yeah, you're gonna
So
miss out a
Right.
lot.
you have to dig in. You have to figure it out as soon as possible and be on top of the competition. That's how digital marketing is.
Yep.
So yeah, be responsible. Try to figure out as soon as you can, and then capture all those actionable items that you could do out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's it, folks. Once again, thank you to our guests, Miss Heidi, Miss Francis, and LJ, for giving us this opportunity to have you at our Flexitalks. We hope you enjoy this discussion, and we are looking forward to invite you again next time.
Awesome. And before I close it, sorry guys, I just want to add, we are not the expert when it
Yes,
comes to
just a
chat
reminder
GPT.
that
Yeah, yeah, we are since this is a new tool for and we are still trying to figure it out as well. So we found some great uses of this tool, but there are also some drawbacks, or there are some limitations. I'm sure we're gonna find out more as we continue to use this kind of tools. There are other AI tools out there that are very useful as well in
Right.
creating contents, not
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
ChatGPT. So yeah, to our dear listeners, again, thank you so much for listening all the way through. We hope that you've learned a lot in this episode. We have a lot of things coming up, so make sure to click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. So this is Bernard.
And this is Pam.
And this is Angel. We'll see you again next time. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Care.
Bye bye. See you next
Bye.
time.